Homework for Thursday, the 29th. And again, we're working on story problems and making sure we can read them and understand how to turn them into equations and then solve those equations. Okay, so for this first problem, Alyssa had $247 to spend on 7 books. After buying them, she had $16 left. How much did each book cost? Now again, remember that last sentence is telling you what to define, how to define your variable. And that last sentence said, how much did each book cost? So go ahead and define your variable, meaning write down on your paper what it means, and set up your equation, and then turn the video back on and see if you're correct with your equation. So, because of the last sentence said, how much did each book cost, I know that X represents the cost of each book. Okay, so I know that she had 7 of them, so 7 times the cost of each of those books, plus 16, that's the leftover money she had, is equal to 247, the amount she started with. Turn the video off, solve this, and then turn the video back on to check. So, I have to get rid of the 16 first. I'm trying to get the X by itself, isolate it. If I subtract 16 on both sides, it leaves me with 7x equals 231. The opposite of multiplication is division, so I divide by 7 on both sides, and x is 33. Number 2. Okay, Oceanside Bike Rental Shop charges $16 plus $7 an hour per hour for renting a bike. Melanie paid $79 to rent a bike. How many hours did she pay to have the bike checked out? Okay, so define your variable and set up your equation, and then you can turn the video back on and check to make sure that you had the right equation. So again, that last sentence is my big clue. How many hours did she pay to have the bike checked out? That tells me that the variable, and I'm using h in this case, is equal to number of hours. So it told me that she paid $7 per hour, so $7 times whatever the number of hours is, plus 16 is equal to 79. That's how much she paid. The 16 is probably some kind of a deposit that she had to pay. It's a one-time cost. It's not something she pays every hour. Okay, so now you're going to turn the video off, solve the equation, turn it back on, and see if you're correct. Okay, here we go. So we're subtracting 16 from both sides so we can get the h by itself. That leaves us with 7h equals 63. This is multiplication, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide by 7 on both sides. 7 divided by 7 is 1, and 1 times h is h. And 63 divided by 7 gives us 9. In other words, she had the bike for 9 hours at a cost of $7 per hour. Last one. John was trying to figure out how many Seahawk fans were on each of the 17 buses he saw arrive at the Super Bowl. He knows that 340 fans arrived by bus. How many were on each bus? So again, think about what your variable represents and write it down on your paper, then write the equation, and then turn the video back on and check to see if you're correct. So the variable represents how many were on each bus, and again, the last sentence in here, how many were on each bus, gives me a clue as to how to define my variable. And then we know that there were 17 buses. We don't know how many were on each bus, but we know that 17 times the number on each bus gives us the total number of fans he saw arriving there. He's a really good counter. That's how we knew it was 340. Okay, solve this equation, and then turn the video back on and see if you're correct. super easy equation to solve, right? Because there's only one step. This is multiplication, so you had to divide on both sides. There were 20 people on each bus. All done. Have a great weekend. You get a 3-day weekend. Enjoy it.